Anyways, so yeah, the only person that you guys actually you guys really will meet will be Nick, and I mean he's the second person we posted on the introduction thread, and it's kind of funny because he said that this post above describes me pretty much exactly. I thought it was funny because all my friends are like, so I'm assuming we're pretty much all the same person, and once we know one of us, we all know everybody.
Uh, right on. I should have started with an introduction to the guys from Force and some of the other guys from SOD. I apologize. Um, we'll go around robin real quick. Fufi, if you'd like to start.
Yeah. Fluffy from Force. I am the third in command of the Force Disciples. Been SWG refugee from '03. Played about 6 or 7 years with that. Then, just started to get back in here. We got our guild back together here, and we're going to be a Republic guild. Should be pretty fun, I think, and I'm glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I guess I'll follow. My name is Maiko. I'm one of the founders of the Force Disciples. Uh, Old school SWG vet. And thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it. Look forward to playing with
Alright, I guess I'll go. Um, Eddie knows this voice. I'm originally from. I played Star Wars with these guys. I played with SOD and Force, and I am my Star Wars name, and for all intents and purposes, you might as well just call me this name, Trent. Played SWG in '06 for about 2 years. Then played Lacho. That's how I met Eddie and got him in here. And yeah, it's.
Hey guys, my name's Kata. I've been playing with Kano and Rock and Fox and Satana and a couple other guys for a while. I met them in an old Star Wars Galaxies. It was like one of those free servers, you can get on. I met them on there. They had a guild named Moraine. But I played the old Star Wars, back in like '03 and stuff. I played on the Starsider server. My name's always been Kata Deathfire. Then I played in World of Warcraft on a couple different servers for a while until I got bored of that. Now I've just been waiting for this game to come out. So nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too. Just also to make one more amendment. I've known Roger. Actually, Roger and I used to live in New York, or I used to live in New York, and Roger and I actually knew each other in person. Same with Lance, Rock, and so we've got a long history with SOD, and also when Roger's group Fubar when it was on SWG. So we've got a pretty long history together. That's why we are sister guild.
How are we? Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask, are we all gonna be in SOD? What's going on? Are you guys like, are there two guilds here? Or what?
Rock, since I kind of stole your thunder with the meet and greet of Force, if you want to kind of go into a little bit with how this is going to roll with the Sister Guild and Light Side, Dark Side, and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, I pretty much tried to introduce myself to everybody here as they came onto the server, but for you guys from Force, you know, you guys are used to Rock Prophet as lead, and then I have my chain of command. In this case, what we're going to be doing is Kano and I will be sharing command of SOD. I'm still the guild lead, but we are effectively sharing command. And being that we got each other's back 100%, I don't see that's going to be a problem. So, just kind of letting you guys know where that is. Now, I don't know about as far as right now. We haven't gotten real organized about a council or anything, so I'm getting off subject. Sorry. Okay. Basically, Force is our sister guild. We have been real close with Force for a very long time. On the Tempest server in SWG, we were very close. We were supporting each other a lot. We were all rebel. And over the years since we left, and then as this game got introduced and we found out more and more information, we found that there's supposed to be some stuff come in game where Sith and Jedi need to work together to defeat a common enemy, and then also experiences in other games while being one of them. We found it to be really effective to have essentially a guild on each side of the conflict. So you had people who you could PvP with without all the bullshit. And anybody who has PvP knows what I mean. Not just, smack talking and giving each other a hard time's one thing, but, just the jerks that just are out there to piss you off. It's one thing that I want everybody to understand real clear. We may find ourselves, and that's sort of the goal, is to have some decent people on the other side of the conflict that we can group up on the Sith Jedi stuff, and that we can PvP against that are not jerks. They're going to play the game. They're not going to be using exploits and cheats. They're going to play the game, and they're going to play it well. And I don't want to see, a bunch of animosity between us and them if they start winning in PvP. This is all about friendly. The agreement that we have with Force right now being that SOD decided to take up the mantle of going down the dark side, so that Force will have people on the Empire side that they can count on to do the Sith versus Jedi encounters and to join them in PvP. Again, a group of people that they know are not a bunch of jerks. I don't know about you guys, but that stuff just pisses me off. I want to play the game. I take the guild seriously. I take getting people equipped seriously. The last thing I need is some guy who is just being a jackass in PvP because his parents didn't raise him right or whatever. That's a different rant. Sorry. Basically, part of the deal that we have is that the Force members that wish to make an Empire character will be SOD members. Or not will be, but they can be SOD members. SOD members that wish to follow the light path have the ability to become a Force member. Now, if you're in a command position in SOD, you will not be in a command position on your light side character in Force. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're on the battlefield and other people come to join the fight and you have operational awareness, that people won't listen to you. But that means if you're like my first officer or my PvP officer or what have you, you're not going to have a command position on the light side guild, because that would just be too much of a conflict of interest. This is something that we're all going to have to work towards, because Mako and Fufi and myself, Kano, I'm not sure about the rest of you guys, we're old school SWG players back when you didn't sit down. If you were an Imperial, you did not sit down with a Rebel and talk. That would get you kicked from the guild and ignored by most of the server. So this is something we're all going to have to work at. These people are our friends. They're not our enemies. For the intent, for PvP purposes, I don't want to go into PvP saying don't attack this guy, don't attack that guy. If you're in a PvP zone, we're in a PvP fight. I hope you guys can understand what we're going for here is a group of players that aren't jerks. And likewise, we understand what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely. And there's going to be loot and missions and stuff that you want to try and that you want to group up. People you want to group up with, people that you can trust and have fun with and have your back, man. It makes total sense.
To touch on the PvP stuff, like Rock said, we don't know what server we're going to be on yet, any of that kind of stuff. But we're not expected. We're playing a game about a war. Let's be realistic here. I'm not expecting you to salute each other out on the field. I'm not expecting you to battle each other, but you're not gonna fucking tease them. You're not gonna give them a hard time. If you kill them, you're not gonna disrespect them. send them hate tells or whatever. If you get killed, blah blah blah. You know, and that's what we're going for.
Some just good old.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you're in a war zone, if you go into a war zone, a PvP war zone, and just because the force is on the other end, it doesn't mean you give them a pass. You know, you gotta hit them hard as
You
as
read your
anybody else. But absolutely, no.
You got. No, I'm sorry, I cut you
No, go for it, dude.
off. You know, if you're in a war zone, you know, if you're red, you're dead. Especially if it's an open war zone. Granted, it's a little different. I have to say, if you're red, you're dead. If somebody's got their back turned or they're mining or something like that, I don't want to say jump them, give them a courtesy, you know what I'm saying? But shoot them with that, like, look, your back's turned, I don't want to kill you. You know, give them a fair fight.
We pretty much use each other to make each other better players in like open war zones and stuff like that. Like we know each other, so we're just gonna be like, no, hey, like we come across, we run past each other. It's like, oh snap, challenge, duel, let's go, let's see who's better off and how we can improve ourselves. So yeah, I see how that works.
Right. You know, so that's just one thing we wanted to touch on. Foofy, anybody from Forest Rock, anything else to add? Drexel, I'm sorry I didn't get to introduce you, buddy. Drexel's a friend of mine from work. I used to work with him at GameStop. Played WoW with us for a little bit.
So yeah, they called me Drexel Shafter because one time I humped a landmark naked while I was completely drunk. Hello Kitty MMO is the best MMO ever. And about an hour ago, I lost a booger. I picked it, and it's gone. It's somewhere in my shirt.
Thanks.
So,
Thanks.
you're quite welcome.
Way to stay on top.
Absolutely.
Sounds like you got your life in order.
Yeah, all completely.
I'd be a little concerned about that booger though, dude.
That's what I was talking about. Cause like 2 weeks later, it's gonna show up somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere, and someone's gonna point it out.
Okay, let's stay with the guild meeting, please.
Anyway, like I said, just want to do a quick meet and greet for everybody. We've got Rock and I've got a couple things on the table. You guys are more than welcome to sit on. Rock, if you've got anything else you want to add. We know you guys have a Sunday night guild meeting as well.
Remember one thing, I do want to say one other thing though, and Rock and Roger already know all this, but if you have an issue or something with our guild or something like that, just take it through a chain of command. One to one of the officers or one of myself. We always have an open door policy, but if you got something that needs to be brought to our attention, just feel free to let us know. It's no problem at all. Or if you are not comfortable, just go to your leaders and they can definitely talk to us because we meet and talk all the time anyways.
One additional thing I'd like to add to that, and it's been a while since I put my guild leader shoes on, so I'm kind of stumbling through this. I'm sorry. I'll get better. Believe me, I will. Now, here's the thing. A couple of our guys, we were telling them about the light side stuff and such like that, and one of their things was they didn't know people from Force. So, Fufi or Mako, whichever one chooses to, if you could just basically, what I told them was essentially Force is a little more organizational strict. I mean, not in a bad way, just a little more, you got the officers, you got, your PvP officers, stuff like that. SOD is a little more loose, but essentially we share the same core values, need for greed policies, helping out fellow guild members being priority over, personal gain, such like